cameras, make sure everything is looking the way we want it to look with the Maestro Stage. I'll come back over here, test the settings, and I think it's looking good. That is great. Good. All right. We'll just reset that. Perfect. Okay. Now, what I'd like to do, I'm going to go to the overhead view again, and we're going to talk about improv. This is innovative improvisation. What I'd like to do, in the Apprentice Stage, we were looking at my book, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and talking about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and how to arrange those. We're going to primarily be working out of this book, 100 Left-Hand Patterns. And what I'd like to do is talk about some of these left-hand patterns. I want to go to the rock and pop left-hand patterns section here for a second. Now, these left-hand patterns that you see, and I explained the theory about them, we start off with this particular left-hand pattern. Some of these were on A, and you can start on C, you can start on any note. We're doing octave intervals. Look at this first pattern. This is found on page 18. It's pattern number 52 in the book. And so we have the pinky being held down, while the thumb is playing. Now, it's a simple left-hand pattern. You can do this starting on any key. The pinky is going to hold down as if you're holding a whole note. The thumb is going to play quarter notes. You can do this starting on any key, and it's good to practice. Now, if you have a tough time reaching an octave, some people do, you can play a fifth interval and do the same thing starting there. Now, if I were to play something like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and I did that, okay, that is what we're working on. Now, I was following this pattern right here. You can start to do eighth notes. You can do this same pattern right here, have the pinky held down as a whole note, and then you can have the thumb play eighth notes. It gives it a really fun, cool sound. And again, if I went back into, again, my book 100 Left-Hand Patterns, if I go back to, let's see what page we were on, page 32, where we have the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star there, page 32. Listen to how I can completely change the way the song sounds. This is what I'm doing with my left hand, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I can go down, I can kind of move wherever I want. That's what's fun. You can start up high, you can go down low, but I'm just playing around. My left hand is doing an octave interval, and we just have that repetitive pattern. The pinky is held down as a whole note. My thumb is playing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And this is all I'm following right here. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. See that? I'm following that. It's from a fake book. I'm playing, but my left hand is following the chords above. Whenever I see the C, I do a C octave interval. When I see the F chord, I do an F octave interval. When I see a G, I do a G octave interval. My left hand is following the chord progression. Now, if I come back over here to these left-hand rock patterns, you can see we can do different variations of the octave interval, okay? Just different patterns, different variations. Look at all of the variations that you can do. These are quite a bit more challenging, but they've created a really fun pattern where you can do something like this. And it doesn't matter where you start. Okay, I was just playing around, going from notes to notes, doing octave intervals. First, start off, see if you can do a C major scale as an octave interval. Now, the C major scale is C, D, E, cross under, F, G, A, B, C. That's a C major scale. You can go up 2 octaves. What if you did octave intervals playing the C major scale? You could do left hand, right hand. What if you did that left hand pattern from the book? For fun, try doing that pattern while the right hand plays the C major scale. My left hand is doing the octave interval, and we're playing it in a rock pattern. And again, this is found in my book, 100 Left-Hand Patterns Every Piano Player Should Know. I'm showing you some of these rock left-hand patterns. All I did, I was playing, now I wasn't playing this, but I was doing a slight variation. Essentially, I was doing this pattern. That's pattern number 52 there. Pattern 52, but I was playing the top note as eighth notes. Now you could do that, and you could start to play around with any song. What if we did Mary Had a Little Lamb? Again, this is found on page 32 from the book. What if we played Mary Had a Little Lamb in a rock style? Now this is fun for the students to try. All you're doing is you're having them do an octave interval, and I'm just going to keep my pinky held down as the whole note while the thumb is playing eighth notes. What if I did Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star at the bottom of page 32 right below it? Now, I'm changing the rhythm with the right hand a little, just to make it sound a little more rock-ish, okay? So I'm coming in a little earlier. I'm not playing. You notice I did. So I kind of tried to make it sound a little more rock-ish. Now, it's really a fun pattern, and we can start to vary that pattern. But when you're doing a lot of pop and rock, they'll do kind of syncopated offbeat rhythms where you have this kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if you're playing, I was trying to do a fifth interval or a fourth for those who can't really reach the full octave, but that's all they're doing. Now, what if we start embellishing that and taking it to the next level where we start to take a simple chord? Now I'm taking Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. What if I played the chord below the melody? See that? This is a C major triad, first inversion. In root position, it's C, E, G. In first inversion, it's E, G, C. And then I'll jump up to C major, root position. My pinky is playing the melody the entire time. This is an F major triad in second inversion, root, first, second inversion. The pinky's up on top. C major, root position. F major, first inversion. C major, second inversion. G major, root position. Well, if you can play the melody with the pinky, and all I'm doing, again, I'm following this lead sheet, fake book format. Right hand is playing the melody with the pinky, and then I'm playing the chord in whatever inversion below the melody. And the only reason why I inverted it is so that I would have the melody up on top. If you can do that while doing these octave intervals, you'll sound like a rock star. And again, this is just found in my book, 100 Left-Hand Patterns Every Piano Player Should Know. But watch this. I'll bring my left hand down here, and I'm going to play the octave interval. I don't know, you could really embellish, and I'm trying to restrain myself and not do that, but watch. Now, you could have all different sounds, all different styles. My left hand is just doing this octave interval, okay? That's all I'm doing. Doesn't matter if you play the flats or sharps or wherever you go, you can follow the chord progression, but I can change the sound. And again, if I can play the melody with my pinky with the right hand and play the chords below it, now you could start to embellish the right hand where you could do things like guess what I did to embellish it? I didn't really embellish too much because I don't want to overwhelm people, but guess what I did with the right hand? When I played this, whatever my second finger was doing, I would just play that note, and sometimes I'd roll it. If I played this, then my third finger was open. Here, if I played the C major chord in second inversion, there, my second finger was available. When I played the G major chord, my second finger again. I never used the fourth finger. I just used the second finger. So whatever the second finger was there for, and you can get some really fun sounds, and it sounds. And then at the very end, did you notice what I did? I went up according to the C major scale. The C major triad is C, E, G. If you play all of the triads moving up to the right, this is C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C major. I'm just sliding to the right. Well, if I do the inversions, first inversion, this is C major root position. First inversion is E, G, C. So if I do all of the first inversions and just go up to the right, again, I'm playing the C major scale. Watch this. That's my C major scale. The pinky is playing the C major scale. Essentially, I'm doing this in first inversion. But it sounds really cool when you add that octave interval with the left hand. It sounds really exciting, and you're not doing a whole lot. You're just playing the triad in first inversion. But the left hand is just playing the C octave interval. Just for fun, what if I played a D octave interval? What if I played E octave interval? I can go up and down, and I can change the left hand. These would be referred to as slash chords. See, if I played a C major triad, then a D minor triad, if I played the C octave interval, and then the D minor, well, the D octave interval with the D minor triad, this is all moving up according to the scale. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C major. But if I instead tried to change one of these notes, if I did this C major with a C octave interval, but if I did, that's C major. But if I play D minor with the C, it's a slash chord. It's D minor slash C. You can also think of it like a D minor seventh chord because of that C there. Here we have E minor slash C, F major slash C, G major slash C, A minor slash C, B diminished slash C, C major. Whatever inversion, But I can do that on any key to the major scale, or moving up chromatically in half steps, you get some really fun sounds. My left hand stayed on the C the entire time, and my right hand went up chromatically in half steps, playing C major, then C sharp, then D major, then E flat, E major, F major, F sharp major, G major, A flat major, A major, B flat major, B major, and C major. But my left hand just stayed on C the entire time. And it really sounds cool. I'm taking theory and playing around with it and having fun. It's simple. Now, it's innovative improvisation. We are taking music theory and we're actually doing something fun with that. I want to end today's lesson. I need to start the next lesson here in a minute we just finished the Apprentice Stage and the Maestro Stage right now. We need to start the Virtuoso Stage here in a minute. But I want to read one of the motivational poems from my poetry book, Poetry That Matters, and I may read a short one from my poetry book, The As If Principle, Motivational Poetry, as well. If you're trying to think of a Christmas present for family or friends, you can go to Amazon and buy these. So what I wanted to quickly read is, this is actually found on, let's see what page it's on. This is found right here, Beguiled and Betrayed. So this is from my book, Poetry That Motivates. This is titled Beguiled and Betrayed. And what I like to do sometimes with poetry is I like to take words and I like to almost assign ownership or personage as if that word is an actual person. So this is beguiled and betrayed, as if beguile and betray were people. So this is what it says: beguiled and betrayed. Beguiled and betrayed became friends one terrible day. Two lost souls, each half now whole, confused, misguided, and out of control. Never let beguile betray you. He befriends the beleaguered band of victims who have been conquered once again. He feels at home when you take his hand. Beguiled and betrayed want to become friends with you today. Don't lose yourself, don't wander or stray. They hope to destroy your perfect new day. Never let beguile betray your soul. He wants to see you lose control. To be beguiled or to be betrayed is to all at once become delayed from living the life you long to lead, from giving good gifts to those in need. Beguiled and betrayed became outcasts to me today. And now my soul at last is whole. I am complete and in control. Simple, beguiled and betray. Don't let others beguile you. Don't let others betray you. So, and then the last one I wanted to read, know and do. This is from my book, The As If Principle, Motivational Poetry. And it says, know and do. This is on page 70. It says this: know and do. I've been to the land of the know and do, where the dreamers and achievers abide, a place where successful people dwell, and where I long to reside. Nothing is impossible. when you're surrounded by people who believe. Nothing is improbable when everyone besides you wants to achieve. The collective power of productive people propels the prodder along, and dreamers become achievers when they know that's where they belong. So that is know and do. And I encourage each of you to visit my imaginary land of the know and do, where you can know and do, and it will help you to achieve your goals. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm going to be starting our next segment. For the next 30 minutes, we're going to be doing the Virtuoso Stage. So stay tuned for those who are attending our live lessons. Thanks so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you later. Bye.